The follow-up is simple. Ask a question, listen to the answer, then follow up. I'm your host, Noah Kozlov. Enjoy. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Follow-Up Podcast. I'm Noah. This is my 6-year-old daughter, Eden, and today we are clearly not in the kitchen. We just did 2 episodes in the kitchen making dessert, your fruit cup, and making dinner, the cod, roasted broccoli, and farro. And we appreciate all the kind words we got on those 2 podcasts. We hope you're enjoying cooking those things at home. But usually we're sitting on Eden's bed here in New York City, and every Monday it is a new topic, and it is always Eden's topic of choice, whatever she wants to talk about. So today,
we're going to talk about basketball, specifically the 76ers, because you and Mom are from there, from Philadelphia, and they're doing so well this season.
Yeah, they're having a great year. Watch a lot of Sixers basketball, and when you don't get to stay up so late to see the whole game, usually watch some of the highlights in the morning, like the other day when we watched
the crazy dunk.
Oh, that crazy dunk! That wasn't even a Sixers dunk. That was the Anthony Edwards dunk against the Raptors. That was crazy. Yes, but we got to watch
because of highlights.
Yeah, right. You get to watch highlights in the morning, and showed you some of Joel Embiid's 50-point night, which was his career high.
Which is a lot of points to score in a one game.
It is a lot of points.
Which is only about 2 hours.
Yeah, about 2.5 hours. And you were reading that book that you brought back that I had when I was a kid. It was like written in the 1970s, and they had the famous picture of Wilt Chamberlain holding up that sign.
Yeah.
And it said
100.
100, right. That was his 100-point game in Hershey, Pennsylvania against New York way back. So Joel Embiid, as crazy of a night as he had, 50 points, it was half of what Wilt did with 100. And Kobe had the second most points. He had an 81-point game back in January of 2006 against the Raptors. That was wild because it wasn't a big man. It was a guy who was just shooting a lot. Joel Embiid does a lot inside. But either way, what do you like watching basketball?
Well, I love watching the score and seeing, what did they score? Did they score a 3-pointer? Did they score a 2-pointer? Did they do a dunk? And, what's going on in the game?
Mm-hmm. And what about... So that's how... One of the ways that Mom and I started teaching you math was, okay, so seeing how this goes up by 2 or this goes up by 3, and then, well, if that team is winning, say, 50-37, you do subtraction and find out how many points that one team is winning by.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is 13.
13, right. And also, but there are so many things on that score bug, which is, where the score and all the other things are on the bottom of the screen, yeah.
Like this, the time on the clock. It also says what quarter you're in.
So there's the game clock, there's the shot clock.
Right.
And the shot clock is, and timeouts.
Timeouts, yeah.
But and the fouls, so if they're in the bonus, if they're going to shoot 2 shots, or if they're in the double bonus. Well, that's college basketball, bonus, double bonus, just in the bonus, yeah.
The foul is under the score, right?
It goes, it usually, well, it depends on what network it's on, but it's usually the score and then the timeouts, and then below it'll say bonus. Double bonus is college basketball. So just say bonus, and you get 2 free throws every time you get fouled. Right. But what do you like about just watching the shot clock?
The shot clock, I like to see the shot clock because you also get to see when it stops. So when the player throws the ball or makes the move. It also shows how much time's left, so you can see how long they like to wait. In that moment, how long they were waiting.
Waiting to shoot it, right. So in basketball, you get 24 seconds to shoot. So it's kind of suspenseful.
Right.
It's kind of suspenseful to find out when are they gotta start moving along here. And then when it gets to 5 seconds, it changes color and starts to go down.
In red.
Yeah, usually in red and sometimes in yellow, I think. But it's it's suspenseful. And then when the ball hits the rim is when it resets to 20. Then that's when it resets to 24. And it's a little bit different in football, though.
In football, I was actually just going to mention football.
Yeah.
In football, it's also what's that? I can't
What's that?
pronounce it. Suspenseful.
Suspenseful?
Yeah,
Suspenseful. Because like you're
never,
anxiously waiting. Yeah.
Like you never know when they're gonna just like start moving around, and then like in football, you also never you can't really see the ball because like there's all this action with all the players.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know like where the ball is, but you kind of. But
Well, the ball, like, so when the play clock starts, then they put the ball under center. But when you're watching the game, you can't see where the ball is, but you know where it is. But there's a lot of other things sometimes going on to trick the defense before the play starts. And you get 35 seconds to snap the ball.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there are some that, like, if the defense knows in
Right.
football when the ball is going to be snapped, then that helps
That
that helps them out.
It helps them out, but it doesn't help the other team out because they kind of just all start moving at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So
So, all right, so back to basketball.
yeah.
We mentioned Joel Embiid.
Well,
You think he's going to be the MVP this year?
well, I think he has a really good chance of being the MVP, but I don't since it hasn't been the whole season yet.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know, but if he keeps playing really well, I think he has a good chance of being the MVP.
I think so too. Who else do you think could be up there with him?
LeBron,
Yeah, for sure.
for sure.
But how wild is that Joel is 26, LeBron is
36.
36, right? That
And there's
someone at that age, well, you told me something earlier today that it's crazy that what, about 36?
It's crazy that in basketball, they call someone who's 36 as an old player.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
that person's old.
Right, in fact, that
Makes
LeBron's
sense.
been in the league for 18 years. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated when he was in high school. And LeBron when he came into the league, he was seen as the next big thing, the next greatest thing that would happen in basketball. So to live up to those expectations is nearly impossible. So not only has he lived up to those expectations on the court and off the court, he has far surpassed those expectations.
Right.
Because he is considered one of the two greatest players of all time. It's either
Yeah.
LeBron or Michael Jordan. And the fact that he's still doing it, not getting hurt, and doing all of this at 36 years old is remarkable. There's some other guys. Damian Lillard from the Portland Trailblazers,
He's
good.
been good.
Yeah, Dame's been really good, especially he's got that whole thing in the fourth quarter where he hits his wrist, he calls it Dame time, because that's when he starts to take over some games. Yeah, he's been terrific. So I think right now it could be those three. Yeah, it could be those three.
But you never know. More players could go in to the expectations of who could be the MVP this year, but just later. But
Mhm.
maybe just start playing better.
And this season's
Never
been
know.
wild because of coronavirus that sometimes games just get, for a certain team, just get canceled for a whole week.
Yeah. But it's also crazy that I think that they're also having fans. Like real people.
Real people, not the cardboard cutouts.
No.
I can't really figure it out,
Yeah.
like how they're doing it safely, but my thought is, as long as they're not tracking any sort of outbreak
Yeah.
back to
Right.
these games, then I guess it's okay.
That's fine.
I don't really understand how you could have fans courtside, like that close to the players, if you really want to protect the players.
Right. But they're spread out, but I still feel like just in case you're like you still shouldn't you don't notice that there are so many people. It looks like lots of people, but there's still so many there.
Mm-hmm, yeah, there's still, where like in Orlando, I think they have like 1,000 people or 1,500 people, I think. And now they're going to have the All-Star game. So now they're bringing players together from all different teams. And I think I explained to you that
This makes no sense.
it's money.
Right.
That's why. It's money. And that drives a lot of things. Just
Right.
they need to earn money.
Right.
Need to make some money. Yeah.
But still, that's not the safest thing. but
Probably not the safest thing, nope. And then some of the players don't want to play. So we'll see what happens.
so they don't have to play.
The rules say you gotta play. So we'll see what happens. I think it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When is the All-Star game?
in March. Usually it's around
But then when does
around
the
this
season
time.
end?
The season ends in June, and this year they only put out half the schedule. So actually, they're only playing 72 games instead of 82 this year, and they put
Anyway,
out
it's
half the
just 10
schedule.
games. Just 10
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
It's a lot of games.
And so you like watching
Right.
basketball. What about playing basketball?
Playing basketball this summer, took out the hoop.
Right, from Grandpa's basement that I used to play when I was a little kid.
It's about 3-4 feet.
No, come on, 3-4 feet. You're about
3.
you're
I'm 3'9".
you're about exactly.
I'm 3'9".
So that hoop is
4 or
about maybe like 5-6 feet.
5, 6 feet.
Yeah, probably 6 feet.
6 feet. I was using a basketball, and it actually says the 76ers on it. That's their logo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, using a little basketball.
And I was shooting.
Right now, we're starting to hear some of the sounds of New York.
Yeah.
I hear the fire trucks outside. But hey,
Yeah.
that's what happens when you
Mhm.
sit on the bed and do a podcast. Yeah, and we took a lot of walks dribbling the basketball. That's how Grandma and Grandpa used to get me to take walks when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Was, hey, well, let's see how many times you can dribble the basketball. And that was their way of tricking me into like taking a walk after dinner or something. So I would walk around the neighborhood.
One time I dribbled the basketball to walk 100 times in a row. Actually, it
I
was
do remember that.
It was 120 times in a row. And that was around, I think, the big circle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so up some hills and things. Yeah, pretty focused. Basketball's a great sport.
20 times in a row.
Think maybe you gonna start playing some more basketball?
Yes.
Watching some more basketball?
Yep.
Yeah, we can do that.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. I love you.
I love